This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting set to go at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the great state of Florida. Really good opening hole here at the Wetlands. It's a par 5, and it is all you want at 660 yards.
Nice.
Looks good. Well, that's just how you envision it when you walk to the first tee. High and deep, right in the middle of the fairway. Good way to start. Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Getting set now over the putt. To -2 early in the round. On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the two bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Rhythm, tempo, balance. That golf swing, just perfect. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. Fraction off the center and headed to the right. That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Drops another birdie and moves to 4 under on the day. Wow, check this out, Frank. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. This is a really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. And, of course, it is protected by that bunker that just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth on that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
Birdie try up next. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Keep it playing.
How about this little move? 5 under par now. 2 straight birdies. Now to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
What a shot, setting up for an eagle here. This one just requires a little bit of focus. On fire right now, 7 under par. On to the par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Getting set for another approach, our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Really locked in. How about 4 birdies now for the round? Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Second from an excellent lie. Big swing right there, and a great result, and now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Birdie try up next. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
think if we stretch the tape, Rich, we might get to 29 feet.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. It is in the hole for a birdie. Par 4 11, 443 yards. What's the best strategy here, Frank?
Somehow find the fairway, Rich. This is brutal. Miss it left or miss it right. But it's Florida. Fairways are wide enough, soft enough. But a good tee shot still going to leave you a lengthy second.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Trying to control the ball flight here from 105 yards with a wind coming from behind. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Headed to rarefied territory already. 15 under par for the round. Par 5 12th here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Well done. Now to par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
Frank, if this were baseball, that would be an upper deck moonshot.
It'd be out of the stands. But not only that, it is in the middle of the fairway. Long, incredibly long, and straight.
Tape measure shot. Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. In the hole for birdie. Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. And about 210 yards to the flagstick here on this par 3. Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Good chance here. Stacking birdies, that's how you put a score on the board. So 2 straight and headed in the right direction. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. The last par 5 on this golf course is the 15th. It's 590 yards. You think, Frank, this is the time to be aggressive?
Certainly is. Longer hitters must be licking their chops on this par 5. 300-plus yard tee shot, you can definitely get home. Shorter hitters, just set it up for a nice wedge shot. But if you are going to go at this par 5 and 2, well protected by those 3 bunkers.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. She is playing so well out there today, just unstoppable. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. 16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shots. This one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Always love to hear the sound at the bottom of the cup. 17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3. And that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no. We don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.